this whole situation with Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
So initially, Andy Ruiz comes out a few days ago and says it's lies that a $5 million offer was offered. So then Dillian Whyte obviously put some of your emails, I'm assuming with your consent.
Well, I mean,
Tom Brown.
Yeah, when I send that sort of stuff to Dillian, it's not, you know, I know that it has the chance of going out somewhere on social media. So just to make it really simple for you, what happened was we made Andy Ruiz an offer to fight Dillian Whyte in England. Okay, this was some time ago. The answer was no. To be fair, it weren't a great offer, but you know, it was the max that we could afford. It was the max that we could afford for the fight in the UK, right? So then we spoke to DAZN, we spoke to Dillian. I said, look, we could do the fight in the US. It's massive. So I then made an offer to Tom Brown and Louis Cubas for $4 million. Okay, we basically could have gone up to $5 million. And I spoke to Louis Cubas and I spoke to Tom Brown and alluded to that. But we never put a $5 million offer in writing, it was only $4 million. But to be fair, there is an argument they knew it would be 5 and they did. But to be fair to them, like arguments both ways, that the in writing offer was $4 million. Okay? So Dillian said, you know, we made you an offer of $4 million. So what I said to Dillian was, when I messaged him, I said, go back to him on social media and just say, no, if you want to play it like that, the official offer, even though you knew you could get 5, was $4 million. But you up for it to fight? Because I spoke to Eddie and he said, game on. But he sort of just posted.
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn, okay, explaining his side of the negotiations between Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz. And it was a good breakdown because there was offers, okay, that were sent from Eddie Hearn. Not one offer, offers, okay, more than one. That means it's plural at this point, people, okay? And he admitted the first one wasn't that good. And I think it was $2 million, I believe it was. $2 million in the UN, okay, or the UK, should I say. And then they counter-offered with $4 million. And according to Eddie Hearn, he said game on, right? So what this is about, this dispute is Andy saying now, in case you guys didn't hear this backstory, but he's saying that it was a lie. He's saying there was no contract sent over. He's saying that nobody received anything from Team Hearn. So it was basically all a lie, and he was calling them frauds on social media. Okay? So this is Eddie Hearn clearing that up. So I'll let you guys listen to more of this good stuff. Oh, by the way, it just shows you that that fight would have been massive, okay, between Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz. Because if DAZN gets involved, okay, in the U.S., it's going to be on DAZN. Andy Ruiz is no stranger to DAZN at this point. In fact, like I told you people, the day that he fought Anthony Joshua, I said, well, Andy Ruiz might want to consider just being a DAZN fighter because DAZN made him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Al Heyman. Maybe Al Heyman allowed that to happen. You know, definitely Al Heyman negotiated that $7 million to, I think it was $9 million to $13 million. So, yeah, he did that for him. But as far as the actual pay, that came from DAZN. Okay, so he should be more appreciative and understand what his marketing platform, you know, favors. You know, he's the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion. Okay, there is. Or should I say he's the only fighter from Mexican descent that ever won a heavyweight title. Okay, let's clear that up. I don't want to confuse anybody, but that would have been a massive fight, and they seen the interest in Andy Ruiz because he showed in the first fight that he can throw them bows, people. And anything we know about Dillian Whyte can do the same. So you got a fighter with Dillian Whyte that throws punches, jabs, likes to mix it up. A nice little scrap, like he calls it. Versus a guy like Andy Ruiz, which loves to come forward and he loves a fighter to come towards him. Yes, there was a reason. Do you understand how that contract went from $2 million to $4 million? I digress. But anyway, let's continue.
Just posted my message to him, really. So that's basically the situation. One of the offers was $4 million. I spoke to their team and said there's a little bit of movement. If he's interested for $5 million, no problem. Let's go.
Do you know what I found really interesting from that email that he put online? You know, like when you think of it and you think like when an offer's been made and you think it's going to be some like complex worded email outlining loads of things, but it was literally just you going, $4 million, do you fancy it, mate?
Oh, mate, well, basically what happens is, and this is where I'm coming from with the Wilder stuff, if you remember, and I'll go back on that, but when you have an offer that's made, the next thing is you say, here's the offer, right? Next thing, someone goes, okay, can you send me a contract, please? Right? So when we had an offer from Wilder himself, which was 50 million, mate, we went, all right then, send the contract. And they went, you've got to agree to it first. And we said, well, we're interested, but send the contract. No, not until you publicly say you're accepting it. It's like...
So, the protocol has already been laid out. You know, a lot of people think, like Eddie Hearns, or should I say Coogan, shout out to Coogan Cassius. He said that, you know, a lot of these things, it looks like it's worded in a weird sense, so these emails are all sophisticated or whatever, but it's actually just like reading a letter or writing a letter to someone. But then also the email, and here's the thing, emails are liable in court too. It's not necessarily a bonded contract, but it is definitely stipulations and things, characteristics and things that you talked about, okay, that you're speaking of, the details that involve what you want or what you say you want, but then the contract itself is that bread and butter, that's that body, that's that binding deed, right, that makes all this possible, okay? It's like it's a title deed to what's going to happen in order to get the money that you agree upon and everything in it in that contract. So we have a situation with Hearn saying this to Andy Ruiz or Luis de Cubas, right? He's, you know, he's been a manager to like Ereslandy Lara, who else is he? A lot of guys.